What's up, SNA fans? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video. And this is the SmackDown review video on May 17th, 2024. And man, I'll say not the greatest SmackDown, but I'll say still decently good. Like maybe maybe it was on his off days. And let's hope that we get some kind of somewhat of a better show next week when they're in Saudi Arabia. I'll say because the reason why I would say that because there was a couple of matches that ended in a way that we would not expected it to be. But I mean, even for that, it don't have to be exactly how we expected it to be. Like it's all about the bookings. But I'll say one of the matches I did not really didn't even like because the finish. I mean, it was a pretty decent match, but it just ended in a very unnecessary way. Like it shouldn't have ended it. Like if you do not want neither of these guys losing, you shouldn't have booked the match in the first place. Like let's be logical. Let's see. Oh, I'm just seeing, but okay. Let's get started. I'm taking just trying to fix something on my phone, and then trying to see if I can. Let's give. Okay, I'm gonna get to the point of the video soon enough. Just stay, hold on, because I'm about to tell you what exactly went down on the latest SmackDown on May 17, 2024, which we got right here. We start off with Bianca Belair and Tiffany Stratton, and even though the finish wasn't as we expected to be, but it don't have. And I know it don't have to be our expectation to make it a good match, but it just ended it left the cliffhanger into a corner, like it just left what's next for the second for the semifinal round for the King and Queen of the Ring, if you know what I mean. But still, despite that, it was a great match, like all time great contest. Like these girls can fight anytime, any place. Even if it was on a house show, this still would have been a pretty entertaining fight. Like especially if you're a Bianca fan or a Tiffany fan as well. So let's talk about that match real quick. We got Okay, but yeah, this is where we got we're in the back and forth dog fights contest. We got back and forth contest. It seemed like Tiffany Stratton was gonna win. Like she hit her with every move that she possibly could do to her, except for one move. Like every time she tried to go for every single move, she gets Bianca Belair keeps at 2.99999999999 double triple nine minus 0.1 away from being 3. This is where then we got when she tried to go for a previous moonsault, but Bianca Belair caught her right into the lower right side, hit her with the KOD 1, 2, 3. The winner of this match and advancing to the semifinals next week against either Jade Cargill or Nia Jax to see who's going to fight either Lyra Valkyria or Lyra Valkyria or Io Sky in the finals on the following night and next week on at King and Queen of the Ring, the King and Queen of the Ring Premium Live event. This is where then we also got have Logan Paul didn't go right into the backstage area. This is where he tried to go into Nick Aldis's office, but this is where he then got stopped and we ran into the megastar that everybody say his name, LA Knight, yeah. And then this is where we got face-to-face altercation, sort of like teasing things, like a possibly a potential showdown, whether Logan Paul's champion, double champion, or no champion. Which I believe he will. This is a future teaser of a showdown. Whether Logan Paul regardless on if he's going to retain his United States Championship or not at King and Queen of the Ring once he's done feuding with the American Nightmare. And the reason why I'd say that because like Cody Rhodes could have like a short stint with the U.S. Championship if he does become the championship. This is where we got. But this is where then we got that Nick Aldis didn't break this up. This is where he's like, all right, boys, like not here, not in the office. This is where then he had to let LA Knight then go right into the this is where he had to put Logan Paul, let Logan Paul go to the locker room first. This is where he did so. This is where and then he went to in the locker room. This is where then he, not in the locker room, the office. I meant to say, yeah. And this is where then we got and this is where then we got next up. I believe what was next. It was LA Knight taking on Tama Tonga. That's what happened. And then this is where we also have before I get to that, what's your thoughts on the match between not yet about that, but Bianca Belair versus Tiffany Stratton. And do you think that the right wrestler won or the wrong one? Which I'm not going to talk sugar honey iced tea on that. Just asking in an unbiased way. But yeah, speculate your opinions in the comment section right down below. Do you think Tiffany Stratton should have won, or do you think Bianca? And do you think it's because of potential? Was it because of the original plans were spoiled online? And they had to act quickly and do something unpredictable and let Bianca Belair win, something that we rarely see these days. I'll say not change of a finish, but I'd say when somebody was originally supposed to win a match, but it ended up being given to the other wrestler, just to make it unpredictable. But either way, let me know in the comment section right down below. Do you think that was the reason why they had Bianca Belair win, or do you think that Tiffany Stratton, do you think Tiffany Stratton was supposed to be the original winner of the King and Queen of the Ring tournament match in the quarterfinals? But either way, Bianca Belair is going to face either the Irresistible Force or her tag partner that she's currently holding the Women's Tag Team Championship, which is Jade Cargill. But yeah, this is where next up we got Tama Tonga and LA Knight, which LA Knight was at first was looking like he was about to win, and he's going to meet either Carmelo Hayes or what's his name, Carmelo Hayes or Randy Orton. Oh yeah, before I get into that, I also want to say that LA Knight was in an interview, like letting Tama Tonga know that he's not going to be an easy target, and he's going to do whatever it takes to be known as king of WWE, because yeah, he is the megastar. This is where he then got into it with Carmelo Hayes. This is where he's like, and this is what Carmelo Hayes was like, even if you do somehow get past Tama, and when we meet next week, I'm not gonna take it easy on you or something like that. And I hate to break it to you guys, for those that are fan of Melo and Knight, none of them were really successful on their respective matches. But I'm gonna get to the LA Knight one right now. But yeah, this is where then LA Knight, this is where then Carmelo Hayes then told him that he's not gonna beat the A champion. And I was like, I gotta be honest, if he even in, I'll say if excuse me, if it had been for the guys that they're fighting respectively, I would say they would have made to the semifinals, and they would probably would be going to war with one another in this semifinals King of the Ring tournament in the parallel universe. And I would say Carmelo Hayes would be the one that could possibly be the winner, and we could see a future feud with these two on the SmackDown roster. But unfortunately, that's not going to be happening 7 days, let's just say. But because I'm going to talk about what LA Knight did in the ring and out of the ring, slamming Tama Tonga's head in, if there's no tomorrow or no tonight. This is where you were saying is chants repeatedly, with the fans start saying yeah, and saying his name, what he always says when everybody's saying, which he pointed out them saying L and A and Knight and yeah. But yeah, we knew he had him won if it wasn't for the meddling Souls of Koa starting some shenanigans and interfering in the match. This is where LA Knight did not like this. This is where he then went face to face with him, but he kept his eye off of Tama Tonga for far too long, and he forgot he was in the match. This is where Tama Tonga then, once he got back in the ring, this is where he gets ambushed by the MFT. This is where then he hits him with his finisher, 1, 2, 3, advancing to the finals, the semifinals, with either Melo or Orton. Tama Tonga. And let me know in the comments down below on what your thoughts onto this match. Let me know in the comments below on what your thoughts on this, and do you think this was the right decision, which we all predicted? And I'll say yeah. And which we all predicted that was probably going to happen, because considering there's some unfinished business between him and Solo and Owens and Orton. Well, now it's just Orton going on his own, but we're going to get to that in just a moment. But this is where we move on to the next slide. This is where we got this is where the next up we got Jay Cargill was interviewed by Kathy Kelly, I believe. And this is where she was complimenting. This is where then she started complimenting she was complimenting how great Nia Jax is. She's the best. She's a beast. She's the irresistible force. But the number one thing she's not going to be calling herself is Queen anytime soon. And she's going to do and she's gonna make sure that she's gonna keep it that way. And she's gonna remind her that she's the Storm, and she's gonna be the truly Queen of the Ring. I'm not sure if that was gonna be happening, because judging by the match that we seen later on in the night. But I'm gonna let you guys be the judge of that in the comments below when I ask you about the results of the match. But anyways, this is where we move on to the I believe the contract signing segment. But this is where we also got Bianca Belair then joined Jay Cargill backstage. This is where they gave each other a big hug. This is where then she was getting prepared. This is where she Batista area. This is where she was getting prepared for her match against Nia Jax later on. This is where then we got a contract signing segment between Cody Rhodes and Cody Rhodes and Logan Paul, which was hosted by Nick Aldis. This is where he's like, I need y'all signatures and like to make this match official for both championships going to be on the line. This is where then we got Logan Paul to start creating some insulting jokes, which it even offended Jake. I'm talking about. Nick Aldis, which he was like enough already. Like, and if you wanted this match to happen, I would suggest you to sign your damn name. This is where then Cody Rhodes and try to convince Logan Paul and try to calm down Nick Aldis at the same time being a peacemaker. He even referenced how angry he gets like once something's not in order. Like, yeah, he should know because they're obviously their NWA days back 6 years ago. But anyways, that's where then Cody Rhodes he let Logan Paul know that he's not going to be an easy target, and he's not going to be an easy an easy opponent like in this war for both titles on the line. With Logan Paul's like, man, you don't know what you're talking about, Cody Rhodes. You may be champion, and you may be champion for right now, but you're not going to be not for long because that's going to be in my possession as soon as I defeat you at the King and Queen of the Ring a week from the Saturday, and he's gonna be exactly like his brother Jake Paul, like a champion of champions. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe he said he's going to have his brother going to be right beside him as well, like when he fights the American Nightmare. While Cody Rhodes said that he's going to have a Hall of Famer on his side, and then he's going to make sure to make it fair, and then he's going to knock out his brother. And then Cody Rhodes said that he's going to hit him with the crossroads, and 1, 2, 3. He's going to be double champion, and he's going to be a Grand Slam champion. This is where then they sign their respective contracts. This is where then we got Logan Paul try to attack Cody Rhodes. I believe he hit him with a strike, but Cody Rhodes fought back and hit right back at him. This is where then Logan Paul tried to grab onto his United States Championship and try to whack Cody Rhodes' face with it. But this is where Cody Rhodes ducks, close on him out of there. This is where then security didn't try to get Cody Rhodes out of the ring. But I was like, why you're trying to do that? Like y'all being more useless than y'all already are. Because it's not like he's continuing to beat up Logan Paul. He just knocked him out of the ring for a good reason to make sure that he don't do more damages onto the YouTuber. But this is where then Cody Rhodes to start hitting strikes on the DM. This is where he powerbombed one of them right to the table. I was like, gosh, what is up with what's up with the bombs of power maneuver being used in the contract signing segment, especially right through the contract signing table, like this past Wednesday. First it was AEW Dynamite, and then now WWE on the SmackDown show. I was like, what is it, 2005 again? When it was Batista and Triple H? When it looked like that Batista was going to choose JBL's WWE Championship over Triple H's World Heavyweight Championship, with Triple H trying to convince him of doing that so they could all be champions. But Batista did choose the game Triple H. Instead, and he Batista bombed him right to the table. And that's what happened tonight with Cody Rhodes with the security guard. And then this past Wednesday, Willow Nightingale did the same with the CEO, Mercedes Moné. And I was like, what is up with that? Did they watch Batista this past what is up with it being used on this kind of segment this week? What is the National 2005 week from that time on the road to WrestleMania 21? I guess so. Shouldn't they just wait until another year to make it a 20-year anniversary when that happened? But anyway, this is where then we move on to Jade Cargill versus Nia Jax. Once that was over, but this is where we got a backstage segment with Paul Heyman and Solo Sikoa. Which what happened? It was with Paul Heyman Well, I'll say I'm sorry about this. Let's see. It was. Let's see. We got a backstage in between Paul Heyman and Sol Sikoa, like which they were backstage. This is where then we got Paul Heyman telling them something. I gotta look at it specifically. Oh yeah, and LA Knight like was backstage. Carmelo Hayes didn't start rubbing. He didn't win. Before I get in, they nearly got into a physical altercation backstage. This is where the security guards had to break them up, and they were like no, like not here, not here. And this is where it looks like there's some teasers that we can see a temporary feud with the A champion and him. Oh yeah, before the match, I got to say Carmelo Hayes also told him that they won't you won't be seeing an RKO. You're going to be seeing the man that does not miss, and he's going to be showing the three actual letters in. This is where we got a backstage with following things onto the ears and working in the hitting those strikes right onto her. But this is where Nia Jackson counter out of her. This is where she started giving her an annihilation right onto the storm. This is where she sent her on the outside, threw her right into the barricade in the bottom corner. This is where then. But this is where then Jay Cargill's daughter did try to grab onto her mother, which is the storm. Like this is where she try to help her from Nia Jax, but there's nothing that she could do about it. This is where Nia Jax grabbed onto Jay, tossed her right into the other side, like in the middle part of the right corner. So this is where then she started making fun of Jay Cargill's daughter, like going like, oh, like you're about to cry that your mom is getting beat up by me, like that's too bad. Because your mama suck anyways. And this is where the Jay Cargill did not like this. And this is where Jay Cargill's daughter was like, you are crazy. And this is where she shot out right into her face. This is where we got Jay Cargill hit a big pump kick right into the face. This is where then we got Jay Cargill to start hitting some right hands. This is where she was making her pay until Nia Jax pushed her right into the bottom right corner side barricade. Threw Jade right back in the ring. This is where Nia then go right back in the ring. This is where she tried to run right towards Cargill, but this is where Cargill hit a shoulder tackle, like knocking her right on the outside, right to the lower right. This is where the Jay Cargill hit her face first right into the announce table. This is where she hit her face first right into the apron in the right side that was across from the announce table. This is where she tried to go for a dive right onto her, but this is where she crashed right into a ring post when Nia Jax dodged out of the way. This is where Nia Jax sent her right to the bottom right barricade, like in Barry's tombstone. This is where she goes for a clothesline. This is where she's like now, this is the moment I've been waiting for, and then you will. And Jade, you will have no choice but to call me queen. And then this is where Jay Cargill was trying to slowly get back up. This is where we got Nia Jackson tossed. This is where we got Nia Jackson tossed the desk chairs that the timekeeper was sitting on. This is where she tried to grab onto Jay Cargill. And this is where then she tried to throw her over the barricade. This is where she went back in the ringside area. This is where then we got Nia Jackson grab on the steel chair right into the top. This is where it nearly got her disqualified by when she tried to slam it on Nia Jackson. Nia Jackson tried to slam it onto Jade's head. But this is where Jade caught it right on time before they could smash on there. This is where she swiped it away. This is where she hit it. She used it for her advantage and hit it on the Nia Jackson's back. And Nia Jackson's plan backfired, but at the same time, it must have worked in a way, like if she was planning on like for this to happen, but I'm not sure if she did. But it did help her out get the DQ victory with the referee calling for the bell, and the winner of this match by DQ, Nia Jax. And I guess I'll give her like a sliding congratulations, I guess, which I'm not sure if I should congratulate her for letting for her making Jade Cargill make her have her anger get the better of her, or make her anger get the better of her. Let me rephrase that. But this then the Storm then continued doing the post match beatdown by beating up Nia. This is where she nearly tried to go for a choke slam. This is where Nia Jax grabbed her around her neck. This is where they go for a choking board. This is where we got. This is where it did turn into Godzilla versus King Kong right here at the end with Jade Cargill pushing her right to the right side of the barricade. But this is where Nia Jax pushed her right to out in the announce table until they flip right back over from the ringside area. This is where both women were down until like about 5 seconds after the referee checked on them. This is where we got Jade Cargill who started hitting uppercuts right into the face of the Irresistible Force until Nia Jax counters and hit her with a big headbutt. This is where Jade Cargill hits a shoulder tackle right onto Nia Jax. This is where she hit her face first, right onto the barricade. This is where they start throwing until Nia Jax referees start coming out, but Nia Jax eventually pushes Cargill back first right into the ring post in the bottom left side. This is where they had to have everybody from Gorilla in backstage and the locker room and offices and etc. Like the security, the executives, and the referees came out there for the aid of this fight. This is where it ended with this DQ finish. And what are your thoughts on to this? I would expect that Jade Cargill will win this match, but no, it's exactly like the Bianca Belair versus Tiffany Stratton. Like something that we expect to be one thing, but on the other hand, like it didn't follow through like we expected it to be. Yeah. But let me know all about that in the comment section right down below on that matter. And do you think it would have been better if Jade Cargill actually won? Like, well, I'm not sure about now. Maybe they should have found another way to do this. Like they didn't want her to lose by a count out, like because that'd still be like losing by pinfall, but still. But that wouldn't make any sense to have her with a steel chair. But maybe then again, it automatically gives Nia just a win if we're gonna have Bianca Belair win. And it seems like that we could see the ESP, like maybe like WWE. I saw something in Bianca Belair could be a potential queen of the ring, like stepping in the ring with someone like Lyra Valkyria, like, and we could have a big dream match like with those two women, like which we're probably not going to be seeing them be squaring up in the ring like one-on-one with one another anytime soon. Unless they're both women's champion and they do like the brand supremacy Survivor Series match, but I'm not sure if they do that anymore, considering they now do War Games matches for the men and women, like in 5-on-5 action. But yeah, let me know all about that in the comments down below. It is what it is, I suppose. It seemed like it's gonna be someone like Lyra Valkyria versus Bianca Belair, because I don't see Io Sky winning, because one, she don't look like any favorites whatsoever, and two, we're trying to keep her and Bianca away from each other. That's like the reason why. There's a reason why they put them on the same on the different brands. And it won't make it any better if they have them face each other for one of their prestigious achievements, like in all of WWE. Like you might as well just bring one of them like into the other brand with them if we're gonna do that. But excuse me. But at the same time, it never gets boring. At the same time, it doesn't get boring, but at the same time, it's still gets stale, like if it's not properly booked or if you book it way too much. and they need to move on to the on another feud, if you know what I mean. But I think they're gonna probably work something out with that, and yeah, just keep your fingers crossed and hope that that'll be the case. But next up, we got some. You got a tag team match. Next up, we had tag team action with DIY against the what's that? Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza of Legado del Fantasma. And let's see. And yeah, this match didn't really take long at all. Like it just started off with the Tommaso Ciampa and Angel Garza, like with where Tommaso Ciampa getting the offense. This is where he tagged in Johnny Gargano. This is where they did double teams on. This is where this is where we got Humberto Carrillo trying to help out, but this is where he ended up getting beat up by DIY along with his cousin. This is where they got closed on out with both Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa then hit their over the top rope crossbody suicide dives. Like over a top rope diving suicide dive. This is where they went round to the did their trademark round of applause and a pat in the back. And then I forgot A-Town Down Under was there because I believe this was a #1 contenders match. I believe for King and Queen of the Ring, if not next week in the Go Home show. I think it's between like the Go Home show, like they're gonna do this match at the Go Home show or at King and Queen of the Ring, which I prefer they should do it at King and Queen of the Ring. Because when the last time the WWE Tag Team Championships were on the line, yep, you guessed it, it was at WrestleMania 40 night 1 when it was still the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. We need that pizzazz of a variety of championship matches like from both Raw and SmackDown, and especially the ones that I haven't seen be defended on a PLE or a pay-per-view since then. But yeah, let me know in the comments below when they're going to be fighting for those championships. But this is where we got Tommaso Ciampa then brought Humberto Carrillo back in the ring and put him in the lower right side. This is where he goes for a knife edge chop. This is where Angel Garza tried to distract Tommaso Ciampa. This is where he tried to go for a clothesline, but this is where he dodges out of the way. This is where then Humberto Carrillo took advantage, trying to go for a German suplex on him, but he gets elbow strike right to the face by Ciampa. This is where Tommaso Ciampa probably hit a right hand right to Angel's face. This is where then we got Tommaso Ciampa duck out of a clothesline from Humberto Carrillo. This is where then Humberto Carrillo did throw Tommaso Ciampa right on the outside into the right side corner. This is where then we got Humberto Carrillo went right up on the top rope. This is where Humberto Carrillo's like, oh boo-hoo, like go cry me a river. This is where then we got they brought Tommaso Ciampa back in the ring. This is where they double team him until one particular double team tag team double team maneuver they were trying to do onto the former NXT champion. But this is where Tommaso Ciampa started countering out of him. This is where he started hitting the strikes on him. This is where Humberto Carrillo tried to spear him on the outside, but this is where he dodged and threw him right to the top corner. This is where he hits a shiny wizard kick right to the face of Angel Garza. This is where then he tried tagging Gargano, but this is where Gargano gets tripped over and hits face first right into a turnaround, gets floored with a big boot by Humberto. This is where then Angel then try to take advantage of distracted Tommaso. This is where he tried to go and try to hit. This is where then he tried to hit a big elbow strike right to the face of Ciampa, but Ciampa luckily moved right out of the way, right on time. This is where he ducks out of a clothesline from Angel Garza when he was coming from the top left corner. This is where Tommaso Ciampa started hitting strikes right to the face, try to go for a boot, but this is where then until he grabbed onto his leg, this is where Dragon screw him right onto his back, try to go for a gory bomb like maneuver but he didn't hurry up and hit the gory bomb on him. He just waited until he tagged in his cousin Humberto Carrillo, hanging Tommaso Ciampa right to the right corner side rope for Humberto Carrillo to hatch onto him and hit a facebuster maneuver, to this like a double team gory bomb facebuster combo. This is where then we got Humberto Carrillo then try to go for a dragon going for a dragon sleeper, but this is where Humberto Carrillo hit a middle drop kick, which was all part of a double team maneuver. This is where then we got Humberto Carrillo to try to go for a pinfall cover, but Jessica Carr tried to go for one. Jessica Carr got two, but this is where Jessica Carr, before she even got the three on the mat, this is where Tommaso Ciampa already kicked out at got the shoulder up like before she can even try to attempt for a three, and which I believe was 2.999. But anyways, this is where then we finally got Tommaso Ciampa finally tagging in Johnny Gargano. This is where he was in the comeback onto Angel Garza. This is where he tried to close on to not only him but also his cousin Humberto Carrillo. Then he go for a running bulldog right on to Humberto Carrillo while hitting a drop kick right onto Angel Garza into a double combo. This is where Johnny Wrestling then go for try to go for a springboard crossbody again, but you know the rules in professional wrestling. If you hit a move the first time, it's not a guarantee the second time. And that was the case right here when Humberto Carrillo moved right out of the way, and Johnny Gargano nearly missed him, but luckily he learned from his past mistakes when he wrestled Samoa Joe at the 2019 Royal Rumble, like when they were in the Royal Rumble match, like when he tried to go for a springboard crossbody, but Samoa Joe no sell and say nope, and then he lands right onto the canvas. But luckily he didn't do it. Luckily, he dodged the bullet from doing it in the concrete floor. But this is where then we got Humberto Carrillo to try to go for run right to the right side of the ropes, try to go for a drop kick. But this is where Johnny Gargano hit a springboard spear back in the ring right onto Humberto Carrillo. This is where he also hit a suicide dive in the right corner side right onto Angel Garza. This is where then. And Johnny Gargano was beating the bottom right turnbuckle, which was the Legado del Fantasma's corner. This is where then Johnny Gargano went right on the top rope. This is where then this is where Johnny Gargano tried to go on the top rope, but Electro Lopez did fall. Electro Lopez got involved. This is where she tripped him right over, and he fell right on the outside. Excuse me for a moment. What, Birdie Bird? America's not that smart. Clearly not. All right. Tomorrow I'll have to sit outside like remember how Paul Walker bought his old and dusty? And then he took it to the garage and he walks it off and takes it like that. That's what I want to do. Niggas the water, but what the fuck is this nigga get this part? Chris ain't even be smart. Police about to move. Right, go right, look like what? Nigga, that was a fucking skywalk. One moment, Trey. SNA fans, this is where we got the card noticed that Electra Lopez was in a jumpy mood, and she was like, the last time I saw Johnny Gargano, she was right on the top rope, but he's down right here in the bottom turnbuckle here in this corner, and this is where she was like.